George, going into the final league game of the season, then obviously still in a position where we can qualify for the playoffs, which I guess is a huge turnaround from 12 months ago. And when you look at the course of the season as a whole, that must be really pleasing.
Yeah, I think, as you say, we'd love to be a little bit more comfortable going into this bit with the playoffs in sight. But I think, the boys have been brave this season. The coaches, the staff, all the players. We think we've set out with a bit of a mission, and I think for the most part everybody's stuck to it. And it's not been absolutely perfect, but there's been some great moments. There's been some great games here at Kingsholm. And I think when we do sit back to reflect, there'll be lots of positivity. I think in the here and now, we're very conscious that we've got a massive job to do this weekend here. We have to win the game to put ourselves in any position, and the boys know that, and they've worked very hard this year, and they're very focused this week on doing what we need to do.
Yeah, I guess what's the message with the permutations as they are? It's obviously beyond our control in some respects, but like you say, you've got to go out there and get those points on the board ourselves to have any sort of chance in the first place.
Yeah, and I think any permutations or anything else doesn't really matter to us right now. It's very much we have to win this game. If we don't win this game, nothing else matters anyway. So, the mission this weekend is very, very clear. We come up against a Northampton Saints team who've made it to the European final, Premiership champions the year before. Like they're a good outfit. They know what they're doing. They've got a good squad depth, good coaches, and there'll be a tough challenge.
What are the sort of challenges that Northampton will bring? I know they're obviously a side that you have a lot of respect for, and like you say, they've not had the Premiership season they would have wanted, but to get to a Champions Cup final, you have to be some sort of team to get there, don't you?
Yeah, and I think they obviously in the end put their eggs in the European basket and went hard at that, and I have a lot of respect for Northampton Saints. I think at the start of this year, we'd very much dug into them because I felt last year they'd been a great attacking team for a number of years, and they really brought some aggressive defence. Their set piece was very good, and ultimately they went on to win the Premiership. And I thought they were the most balanced team across those areas in the Premiership last year, and they were very, very impressive. So there's a lot of things we've tried to do this year to emulate, what they did. We've still got a little bit more to do, but I do think, they've got a very comprehensive game. They're good across all areas, and they're smart in the way they play and where they play. So, they're a tough challenge.
And obviously, last Kingsholm fixture definitely for the season. I know there's a few club legends moving on as well, and I guess it will add a little bit of extra emotion to wave goodbye to some of those boys.
Yeah, I think that we've had some great days here at Kingsholm this season, and I think everybody's enjoyed it, and it's been hopefully great for the supporters as well. But regardless of anything else, you take it all out of the picture. We want to have a good day, at our home, Kingsholm, last game of the season. Everyone who's bought a ticket, we want to show them how much it means to us, and as I say, those guys who are leaving as well, we want them to have a brilliant day out at Kingsholm. So that's the focus. That's what we've got to do. We know we've got to do that, and the boys are very focused on that.
I know one of the main things you said last season is you want those supporters coming to Kingsholm to enjoy themselves, and you want them to be proud of the team and sort of the style that they're playing, and sort of come to Kingsholm and enjoy it. And I guess we've seen plenty of those this season, as you say. We're on for a fourth or fifth sellout in the Premiership this season. It's been fantastic, the support, hasn't it? Yeah,
the support's been amazing, and I think the way the boys have played has really lent into that. But I know the Gloucester supporters. I know how passionate they are. I know they live and breathe this club like we do, and I think when we can celebrate together and we can enjoy great tries or great moments or anything together, it's brilliant. And I think, as I say, we've had some really good experiences. We've got one game at Kingsholm left for this season now, and that's the focus. We want to make it good. We want everyone to enjoy it, but we're going to have to work really hard.
I guess there's sort of lots of focus on this week then to sort of make sure you do turn up cooked, because obviously you want to be putting a show in for those people turning up.
Yeah, the boys came in really good on Monday. I think they'd had a good week last week where a balance of training and resting, and they came in really focused on Monday, and they've had a very good day today. And like I say, we're wholly focused on trying to produce a good performance here at Kingsholm.
Cheers, George. All the best.
Cheers.